And without further ado, I'm going to introduce one of my all-time favorite people. His name is Bart Jensen. I've had the pleasure of getting to work alongside him on and off for the last, gosh, 7 or 8 years now, which is longer than I thought, actually, until I just said it. But he is phenomenal. You're going to enjoy him. He'll introduce himself a little bit more, but what's great is he identifies himself as a hobbyist, just like you. So not a technical professional player, but a hobbyist. So everything he plays today, you'll be able to learn from as well and get a lot out of. But here is Mr. Bart Jensen.
Hello, everybody. It's so good to be here today, and it's great to see your faces. And we're all gathered around because of one reason. We love music, right? Yes, we do. And so I'm going to start off. In fact, actually, everything I play today is going to be from this book.
Put the mic closer to your mouth.
Concerto de Musica Latina. It's a Latin music concert.
Ooh.
All of it. Okay? And the reason I like Latin music is because it's emotional. Probably, maybe even the most emotional genre of music that there is. And so if you feel that emotion today, then let us know.
I'm emotional already, Bart.
Oh, right. Well, don't start crying. You'll ruin the equipment. Okay, so More is the first song I'm going to play, and the style I'm going to use is called lambada. Now, you may say, no, wait a minute. There's no lambada on Lowry organs. Well, there is. It's called salsa. And when you play salsa at its designated tempo of 88 and speed it up to 120, it becomes lambada. Here it is.
All right. Great.
There we go.
Great job, great job.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was nice. You want to talk into the mic, Bart? Yeah. Oh, you dropped it. Oh, boy.
All right, this next song I'm going to play is a perfect song for me because it's all about my life. It's called A Day in the Life of a Fool. Wait a minute, did I just say that?
You sure
well,
did.
It's a great song. Now, this is actually a bossa nova, and bossa nova began in the 1950s. The style bossa nova was actually the beginning of Latin jazz, and people like Antonio Carlos Jobim.
And feel free, everybody, if you want to go ahead and dance to some of these, you feel free. This is a fun Latin concert.
Beautiful.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, he's gonna start, he's getting ready to sell his house, so he doesn't want to be in the city anymore.
Next one we want to do is Besame Mucho. And as you know, Besame Mucho is a very slow romantic song. Well, this Besame Mucho is really written for, well, it's a little bit harsher. So it's kind of like being married. You know what I mean? We're still in love with our partner, but we have those arguments every once in a while, and you still say I love you, but it's not the same I love you as when you first met. So listen to this.
Bart, before you start that, there's a couple questions saying, what organ are you playing on? Do you want to mention what that is?
Okay, people are asking what organ I'm playing on. Let me tell you what and why I'm playing it. I'm playing the Stardust. The Stardust was the top-of-the-line model in what, about 2003? Is that right, Sean?
That sounds right, 3 or 4.
About 2003. And back then when it came out, it was just fabulous. And the reason I love it today is because it is probably the best deal we have in the store. And the reason that's true is because there's so many great things on this. In fact, people say, well, I like that organ, but it's so big. Where am I going to put it? Well, as much stuff as this does, it's really not big at all. In fact, it's smaller than most roll-top desks. And the things that it does that you're hearing today are things that involve me using a feature called Touch Here to Edit Style.
Oh.
And that feature is found in the center of the screen after you select the style, and at the top it says Touch Here to Edit Style. And when you touch that, it gives you 5 different parts of the accompaniment that you can change to different voices, you can edit, you can make a style sound completely different. And you're going to hear me use that a lot today. Okay? So let's get back to Besame Mucho on the Stardust.
Besame Mucho.
Yay. Very good. Bye.
Very good.
Very
Very
fun.
good. Thank you.
Microphone.
Sean has to keep telling me a microphone because I've reached that point in my life and I'm thinking if you can't hear me, I'll just shout louder. Why do I need a microphone? And I guess that doesn't work, does it? Okay, this next one's called The Breeze and I. Now, this is actually a Polynesian style. It's not a Latin style. It's a Polynesian style. It's on all of your organs. And it is often used for Latin songs. So listen to this Polynesian-influenced Latin song.
Very good.
I had, because I had relatives that passed away.
Their children and their grandchildren.
All right. The next song is The Girl from Emphysema. No, I
Whoop.
mean Ipanema. I always get that name mixed up.
I know, Ken. I know all my songs.
I know.
Either do I. Okay, so this was again written by Antonio Carlos Jobim. It was written back in the 50s, and it's again the beginning of Latin jazz.
There's Carlos there looking up at you. That's great.
It's first. Very nice.
Very good. Thank you.
And there's a tree in the background, the night sky, and you can tell it's clearly
A little bit of the news there. Perfect. That's what we need today. Yeah.
Okay, this next song is Perfidia. Now, this is actually using a ballroom Latin rhythm, and this is back during the time when Latin was really becoming popular among everybody, not just jazz musicians. And it was back during a time of people like Ricky Ricardo and Tito Puente, and these were big band people who really made Latin music mainstream.
And they made plenty of it.
And they made plenty of it, yes.
Yeah.
And in fact, here's a classic example of Latin dancers.
I think we need a laugh track for when I make jokes and nobody laughs, you know? Well, I guess you're probably all laughing, but just, you know, muted so we can't hear you, you know? Ooh, that's a nice feature. Fade out.
I don't know if she's sure. I'll give her. There you go.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, this next song is the classic example.
The cinnamon.
Cinnamon, yes, I think you need the cinnamon. Well, the great thing about this song, it was probably one of the most fabulous songs ever written for any James Bond movie.
Ooh.
And while the song was great, the movie was the worst James Bond movie ever, Casino Royale. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you don't. But the song is fabulous, The Look of Love. Now, in this song, I'm going to be doing a lot of this, like I shared with you earlier, this touch here to edit style. And in fact, we're going to hear string sections that most of you have probably never heard on any Lowry before, and that's by messing around with the styles. So here it is, The Look of Love.
You know all about The Look of Love, Bart. I like when I
Okay,
can make
Sean, what
Bart
does
laugh.
that mean?
I don't know. I just said it and hoped we would move on.
Ellen,
Wow.
Friday.
Aren't those strings gorgeous at the end? Man, I love that.
And what was that rhythm style? We got some people asking about things
The
like
rhythm
that.
style that I'm using and editing all the parts in there and adjusting the volume too, because those strings are very soft. You have to bring them up. And the style that I'm using is called
Sounded like a
Ballroom Latin.
ah
Ballroom Latin.
ballroom Latin, and somebody's asking the name of that song again.
The Look of Love.
The Look of Love.
From the worst James Bond movie in the whole world, Casino Royale.
The original Casino Royale.
I mean, there was another one that was horrible.
Actually, yeah, they did make another one. Yeah.
They made another one just as horrible.
I didn't like it, but you know, that's subjective.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, so let's go to next, and this is the hardest one for me to play. I expect I'm going to murder it. So if I do, please keep your laughing to yourself, okay?
Well, they're all muted, so you shouldn't be able to hear it. At least that's good.
Yeah. Okay, so the song is called Don't Cry For Me, Argentina. It's from the movie Evita, and also the stage play starring Madonna. And, I never thought very much of Madonna, but when I saw her in this movie, I was very, very impressed. It's a great movie, great acting. And now, in this Argentina song, there's a very famous rhythm known to the Argentines called tango. So I'm going to use tango in here, but I'm actually going to start out with a rumba, because tango is so unique that after a while it gets a little bit monotonous. So we're going to start with rumba and then go to tango. And there's all kinds of changing here. And here's the one that really gets me. I'm glad I'm talking about it, because what happens is I have so many presets on this that I have to jump to the next bank. And some of you know about that. Jumping to the next bank can be rather cumbersome when you're changing for a song. So what you do here to make that easier is you push the custom number 3 button, and it says foot switches, and you turn them on, and you include banks, yes. So that means when I hit that foot switch, it'll change the preset, and when I get to number 10 and I hit that foot switch, it'll go back to the next bank, number 1. Make sense?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Makes sense to you, Sean? Okay, good.
I
All right.
see,
So
I see some people shaking their heads, some people nodding.
yeah. Well, just suffices to say it's a really cool thing that you can do to use more presets that are related to the song in a different bank. Okay. So, that's what I'm doing. While I change one of my presets, I'll go from bank C to bank D. Here it is. The Look of Love, sorry. Don't Cry For Me, Argentina.
Yes.
Yes, yes, and
Very
healthy.
good job.
That's really good.
Very good.
We have a lot to be thankful for this year with all the.
Wasn't that a great song? Love doing that. Okay, this next tune I'm going to do is Brazil. Now, some of you might remember the arrangement of this song, where they start off with a few instrumentalists and then they add more and they add more, and all this happens in the introduction. Well, I'm going to do that. And oh, by the way, the reason this is appropriately called Brazil is because the style that we're using here is called the let's see, let's bring it back up here. Oh, a second here. There we go. The style is Samba, and Samba originated in Brazil. The reason I know that is because my son lived in Brazil for a couple of years, and found that out. Okay, so listen to the introduction as I mess around with the touch here to edit style feature, and in the introduction I add instrumental parts. This is kind of cool.
Ooh.
Some parts, but it's okay.
Good.
Microphone is off.
You can't hear you.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Start over.
There we go again. Sorry about that. Duh, I
Thank you, man.
forgot to push the switch again. Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh, Latin music. Latin music is so fun that people who say, well, I really don't play very much. I can't play all those songs. No, but all of us can play Marianne. And what's fun is to take all the different Latin songs that you have and play it, the Latin styles that you have, and play it with Marianne. I mean, people say they're bored with Marianne. Well, that's because they haven't tried all the Latin styles with it. It's fun, and you can do it because you can already play the song. So that's your homework.
That's
Tonight-
Robert's favorite, Marianne.
Tonight on your home, play Marianne using different Latin styles. Yeah. Okay, next. We're going to do Begin to Begin. I love this song. You know why?
Why, Bart?
Because it's not about Begin at all. Begin is a dance, but this isn't Begin to Begin. This was originally recorded by Artie Shaw, and Benny Goodman did a version of it as well. And it's not a Begin rhythm. It's not even a Latin rhythm. It's a big band rhythm. So why are you playing this? Because it's so fun to play. Here it is, Begin to Begin.
As a big band.
Oh, that's fun. I got to tell you, that is fun stuff.
Yeah.
Great
You know?
dance song.
Fun.
I want to play one of these forever. I got to figure out some kind of a way that I can be buried in it, but it's not that big. And that's my point. It's not that big. Some people say, oh, it's so big. It's as big as a coffin. No, it's not as big as a coffin. It's little. And for what it does, it's really small. Fantastic what it does. Okay, let's go to our next one.
Ooh.
And that's going to be Samba.
Oh, I like this one.
Well, Summer Samba was made famous by an organist by the name of Walter Wanderley. And some of you may be aware of the fact that there is indeed on your organ a rhythm called Wonderful. And if you play that with this song, you're going to sound exactly like the original artist. It's not hard to do. It's quite fun. And you'll notice, too, that when he plays on a Hammond organ. And the Hammond organ is using no Leslie. Leslie is that mechanical rotating speaker. Just a moment, I'll give you the idea of that sound. But adding the Leslie and taking it away makes nice effects. And you'll hear, first part of the song, the Leslie is off, and the next part of the song is on. So let's listen to that Leslie just a little bit here. So here it is with the Leslie off. And here it is when it comes on. Back off again. Isn't that a great sound? Adds effect to what you're playing.
That's really fun. On a lot of the instruments, it's called vibratrim. So look for that.
Yeah,
Vibratrim.
it is called vibratrim. That's right, over here on the left-hand side. The reason I'm calling it Leslie is because that was the original product that it was used in.
Yeah, vibratrim's all the way down to the Easy 4 if you have that on up. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
They've got that feature. It's really fun.
Turn it on and off. It's fun. By the way, there's so many things I want to say, and I'm afraid of saying them because it's boring. But the reason that sound is so unique is when sound moves like that, it creates a Doppler effect. It's kind of like when you hear a train go by, and you hear this certain pitch of the train whistle here, and then when it passes you, that pitch changes. That's the Doppler effect, and that's what the Leslie speaker does. That's what makes it so effective. So here we go. Summer Samba, Walter Wanderley. I see that I am starting to run out of time here quickly, and I want to play a couple more songs. So I haven't seen anybody leave yet, so I guess that means that my songs are okay. So there's a couple more songs left still before we're done.
You are A-okay.
A-okay, yeah. People haven't left yet. And if you do leave, please don't leave mad. And this next one is Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White. Now, when this song was first created, I don't remember who it was, and if you remember who the artist was, please make a note. When he played the first part, he drew out this trombone sound, so it went bar, and it was just the signature of that song. So
Bart, what does that sound like again? Can you do that again?
Bar.
Thank you.
I'm actually going to play it on the organ. It sounds a lot better than me.
Oh, good.
Okay, so let's bring it up here. Let's see. We're going to go to Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White, and here's what that sounds like. very pink and
Good of her.
thank you. Thank you.
Perfect, Bart, perfect.
All right, let's do this is going to be our final number here. And actually, Sean wants to do some announcements, so we'll let him do that. And
Yeah,
then we'll
we
play
have
this
a
last tune.
finale coming right up. Let me switch cameras here because I'm actually just sitting kind of right behind Bart, sort of. Kind of, he's off over there, I'm over here. But just a couple things I want to mention before we close out today. I hope you enjoyed Bart Jensen. Like I said, he's one of my all-time favorites. I could listen to him all day and not fall asleep, which is nice. So, but just a couple things coming up. Mainly, I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. And I hope you all have a good time with whatever it is you're doing. Even if it's just sitting at home doing nothing, enjoy that too, you know. Make yourself a turkey. That's what I'm going to do. So, other than that, next week, we are going back to our regular weekly variety classes. So, Wednesday and Thursday. Same time as it has been, which is going to be, I believe, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And that would be 12 p.m. in Arizona, where I am here. So, and unfortunately, you're stuck with me next week. I'm going to be teaching you. So come anyway. Please come. No, you'll enjoy it. I've got some good stuff coming up. So that's all I got as far as some friendly announcements. Make sure you're tuning in regularly. We send out emails. Keep checking those, as well as our website. Use that more and more. Just keep checking our calendars on there and see what we have coming up ahead of time. But without further ado, I'm going to give it back to Bart here, and he's going to say salutations to you all and play us a song on our way out.
Yes, I really do appreciate you being here today. It's so much fun to be playing to real people rather than walls like we're doing a lot of nowadays in this pandemic. This next song I want to do, the last song, is Miami Beach Rumba. This is an arrangement that was done by Tito Puente. We talked about him earlier. And it was also done by Xavier Cugat. And these are the people who took this Latin music and made it mainstream. And we're grateful for that. So here it is. Great rhythm. Miami Beach Rumba.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So much
Thanksgiving.
fun.
Thanks again for joining us, everybody. Have
Happy
a lovely
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Happy
everyone.
Thanksgiving.
Happy holidays.
Enjoy.
Have a good
Sugar than any rich brownie I have ever put in my mouth.
That was
Friends,
nice.
see you tonight. Maybe I'll go in a little early here so I can talk to you tonight.